welcome to Daikaiju Network, where we have a healthy obsession with kaiju. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm your co-host, Kent, and with me is your other co-host.
Jason, what's going on? And we're not that serious. I don't know, this guy.
We're continuing 3 more episodes of the Spectreman series. Jason, what are the episode numbers that we're covering?
So we're going to be covering episodes 52 through 54.
Still not enough. We were just talking. We wish we were kind of done with this. Although,
after episode 53, we're just 10 episodes away, but overall, we're going to be 9 episodes away after this episode.
Well, and you know what? I mean, we've made fun of it, and I think the show has rightfully deserved a lot of the criticisms we've thrown at it, but it hasn't been the worst thing we've ever seen either. So I think more than anything else, it's just occasional lazy script writing and just some rules that the series set for itself, and it just refuses to follow through over the course of the series. But
it just refuses to die.
Although I will say, one of the funny aspects, even though this at times has been frustrating, a lot of it has been a shtick on our part to provide comedic entertainment for all you, and some of you out there have been taking it way too seriously, so calm down. So, before we continue with the episodes here today, Jason, a little housekeeping.
Yeah, if you see a subscribe button down below or above wherever you're watching us, make sure to hit that subscribe button, as well as smash the like button. And if you have any comments regarding to what we're discussing about in this episode, make sure to have your comments down below this video. And you can follow Daikaiju Network everywhere all in one place at our Linktree URL, right smack dab on your screen there, /Daikaiju Network. And we're available on the following video platforms such as YouTube, Rumble, Twitch, Facebook, and Twitter/X. And we're available on the following audio platforms such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, as well as Podbean. And you can find both video and audio episodes at our own website right there at daikaijunetwork.com.
So with that, yeah, we're going to go ahead and do our commentary and brief discussion of the next 3 Spectreman episodes in our retrospective here. The first episode we're going to cover, at least the way it's titled on my end, is called Operation Capture Monster Mound Dragon. What's this mean?
I don't do this, so because I'm just on YouTube. So
Monster Mound Dragon.
It's a mound of turds. Yep. So
for the bazillionth time, and yet not the final time I will say it, if you have not joined us in a commentary before, I will count down from 3. I will go 3, 2, 1, go. Once I say go, you hit pray. Yeah, pray for this. Considering the series, pray and kiss your butt goodbye. You either press. I'm having a hard time saying it now. Press play or select or whatever it is to get the episode going on whatever device that you're using. So, are we ready to get going here?
I'm ready. Are you?
If I ask numbnuts, I mean that means all right. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
There we go. Right here.
Oh my gosh! I looked over and there's Dr. Gory pointing a finger at me.
He's like, you there.
I guess you picked that intentionally to be funny.
No, not really. It's like, you there, take a shit.
I don't know if I remember seeing an episode where he's that close to the screen and actually points. Have we yet to see that episode?
We've probably seen the episode. I have no idea. So
you're like trying to use one of those Men in Black mind eraser devices every time.
Although there's there were probably a couple episodes in the past where he was up that close, doing his usual hand gestures here and there. Spectreman. At least gonna have to deal with this for a few more times.
Yeah, it's still a few times too many.
Who will help? Me, obviously.
Who will? Nobody, because if they did, this thing wouldn't be a problem still.
Yeah. Who will help? Well, obviously, it's not the Overlord.
That'd be funny if the narrator said, "Who will? Anyone? Bueller? Bueller? Bueller?"
Oh, no! Oh, hey, it's the end title card monster.
Yeah, I think that was like one of the first monsters they had in the show. Yeah. That dragon, but it was like stop motion at the beginning of the.
Yeah, it's like it's in the intros too for a little bit, but I think it's supposed to be the monster on that end title screen there.
I can't really hear you for some reason.
Is that better?
Say a few more things.
Bibbidi bobbidi boo.
It might be.
Oh
my gosh.
Yeah. For some is that better? Yeah. For some reason, my audio just likes to mute it, like lower the volume on its own for whatever reason. So I have to go in the Realtek audio program to keep doing that, which is pretty dumb.
So our crew had like a flag with a monster on it with the G. Like, are they monster hunters now or something?
Well, like what we described in the halfway through of the series, that it seemed like it turned to that point instead of them prioritizing the pollution and everything. Now it's just going after monsters which aren't really related to anything pollution.
So if they're able to take out kaiju this easily, then there's no need for Spectreman in the series right now.
Yeah, I don't know. The Vulture. It's a Spider-Man villain.
I like this stuff with multiple kaiju, but then again, we've had that happen before, and they really messed up the opportunity to make it fun.
Yeah, because where they had the monster really big, but then here it's just like
yeah,
doesn't look like the actual size.
Yeah, a moment ago that thing would have fit on like 4 of those semis.
Me pretending to drive.
Was he going to chop that up and make numerous steaks out of it? So he's going to take it to a butcher shop?
Maybe. Wonder what that thing's made out of. Maybe paper mache or something.
I don't think they're called interstates in Japan.
I think it's national routes or something.
Yeah, because they don't have states in Japan.
Yeah, it's just prefectures.
I'm on the inner prefecture.
Yeah, then the monster. The monster wakes up and then eats the kid.
That actually could redeem this entire series in like 2 seconds.
God. Did he just inflate it?
No, he popped it. This is... There's a weird looking feller here. Oh my gosh.
My instinct is that Big Brother's watching.
Hi, I'm George Orwell, writer of 1984. And yes, George is right. Someone is watching him. I've grown sick and tired of George's monologues.
Yeah.
What? No. Boo blah. I am Dracula.
Ooh, lunch.
This sort of reminds me of that Legend of Dinosaurs movie with the Ramphorichnus and Plesiosaur. Eat him.
Oh, he's eaten. He's done for.
Why is he dry? He should be covered in saliva.
Maybe all the tranquilizers and stuff really soaked up all that saliva.
They're decongestant. Yeah. What are you shooting him? We're shooting him full of decongestants and antihistamines.
Decongestant and antihistamine tranquilizers. Well, what the fuck does that do?
It dries him out, so if he eats one of us, we don't die that quickly. Well, I would think you'd want to die quickly if you were in that position. Not me. Are they going to drill that thing? Or use like some jigsaw to cut it open?
Try, but it seems like his skin is pretty tough.
They were actually like going to drill into it? What the heck?
Apparently.
I don't get that. Why would you use a drill? Like, you would find a saw or something. Like, you cut it open. You don't drill into it.
Yeah, we're going to use oxygen to kill this beast.
And then why isn't that thing trying to attack them right now? That makes no sense.
I don't know. He was okay.
It's such a nonchalant approach. According to reliable sources, there's a man trapped inside. We don't know who, but we're anxious to see the beast. It's like, oh, the man should be digested by now, and yet they're still dragging him to this thing with the dude inside. Yeah, they just kind of gave up after a while.
Yeah, it's hours later. Now it's daylight. When all of that happened was during the nighttime.
Well, yeah, and you mean to tell me after so many minutes they just shrugged their shoulders and like, he'll be fine. Let's go and drop this thing off. Like,
that's apparently that's what they're doing right now.
This is ridiculous. Yeah, let's forget that apparently there's a man dying inside.
I wonder how it all looked in real life when they were hauling that fake monster around.
Hell yeah. I'm sure they probably had to stop traffic over a period of a few blocks. We're making our cheap superhero series here.
Boy, that guy had too much to drink. It looked like
Nami.
What the hell is that?
Turn around? How can you turn around? It's a traffic jam.
Oh, apparently it looks like it's not a traffic jam here.
Then why don't they just proceed?
Beats me. Just go on the off paths there, you numbnuts. And it looks like it's another gal here.
Oh boy.
They just can't keep them consistent. It would have been funny if the truck just rams right in that Jeep.
I was just thinking the same thing. Like, oh no!
Because it looked fairly close to ramming in the back there.
Is it a plane?
It's Superman.
Yes. How do you know? So you see like some actual bird and it's like, no, it's dangerous. I just know.
No, really?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it's just driving around.
I know. There's really nothing going on, and yet they got this guy still on the inside who probably by now, if he hasn't been digested, is suffocating.
Well,
my gosh. They're just like, yeah, let's just do our job. And
and then the dragon just sort of moves its head and then whacks the driver with its tongue.
Yeah.
Like that would actually happen.
Now you decide to wake up and start protecting yourself. You know what? This is still a lame, boring episode, but in some respects, it's a little bit more funny because of how ridiculous it is.
Yeah, it's just like was it the first two episodes in the last podcast episode where it's just they were just driving around, just almost doing nothing or running around, and it's just that's all the entire episode.
Yeah.
I bet it's going to be the same with this. Well, heck, we're already a little over halfway.
Well,
Did you eat him again?
This dragon has been a mound of flesh.
It'll be okay. Absolutely nothing.
No, I was thinking it was Steve Jobs.
Oh.
Steve Jobs behind this. That'd be funny if Gory took off his mask and it's like, haha, I am the evil one, Steve Jobs. How is this guy not dead already?
Well, did you see the inside? It's all dry.
Yeah. Enough of your token logic.
All that antihistamines and stuff really just dehydrated the dragon there, so it can't afford to digest the dude.
That antenna made a loud sound.
I need a little bit of WD-40.
That'd be funny if George looked over at him and says, I think you need to squirt that with some WD-40. Huh? It's too loud. Oh.
Did it again.
How many days did they spend at dragging this thing around? Like, actually, when they filmed it?
Probably for a long time.
They probably felt so proud of it. It's like, look, we got to take this on as many roads as possible. And I bet along the way, some people
gotta show off our great work. We gotta show off how good of a job we did with this thing.
They're going to take it to the Olympics. This is so dumb.
Not only dumb, but just boring once.
I know. It's the beginning was really fun, and then since they gave it some antihistamines, it's like like it's funny that there's this guy somehow still alive inside this creature, but yet at the same time, I'm at a point where it's like, okay, this guy should have been saved by now because really he should have been dead a long time ago.
Well, it looks like we got one guy dead falling off the cliff with the Jeep. Birdman.
That's very creative.
Attorney at law.
We got some bipedal guy here who looks like a bird. What should we call him? I got it, Birdman. Perfect.
Looked like a vulture to me.
What the hell are you talking about?
Pollution squad. It's not like they're doing anything that's pollution related.
Yeah, my friend's dying inside, but I'll take a moment to talk to you. Yeah, stick your microphone in the beast's mouth. You'll be able to hear him.
Boy, look at all those people there. That's probably the most crowds that this show has ever seen.
Because those people probably are real bystanders who wondered, what the heck is this? And actually stopped to see what it was.
Yeah. What the heck is going on here? So
is this like an insect thing where you... What the heck?
So the vulture just infused with the dinosaur? Or dragon? I don't know what the heck is going on here.
There's like... I think it's either an insect or a crab that when it catches its prey, it has this little tongue prong deal that it sticks inside of its prey, and it shoots in these digestive juices where it dissolves the creature from the inside out. I thought that's what this Birdman thing was doing.
Oh boy, here comes more Spectreman.
It's too little too late. I mean, we're in the final like couple minutes, and then he decides to show up. Boo!
Isn't that how it usually is?
Recently, it has been, yeah. But that's not how it always has been.
Just slice the neck. You can slice the neck. Come on. It's not like it's going to...
You're thinking that Spectreman and the Overlord are logical thinking beings.
Still, it has to do with the writing. It's like, if I kill him, then my partner is going to be killed. It's not like they share the same like life force or anything.
Maybe in this universe they do, because one's inside the other.
Yeah. You just don't know with this show nowadays.
That's something we've been saying for weeks now.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad to see kaiju, but again, they just they don't know how to write an enthralling story anymore. A lot of these episodes are spent doing basically nothing.
And then with pollution being the main focus, however, they just gone away from that in the halfway point. Even though they say, oh, it's part of pollution, but it's not. Squishes him.
And you put it next to the monster's foot. Yeah, that's a wonderful place to put him.
Yeah.
Now let's unfreeze the monster. Oh no! What have I done? So if he could freeze these kaiju, why hasn't he been doing that all along? Because guess what? The story for this particular episode called for something unique. Otherwise, his friend was going to die, theoretically.
Just like physics. Physics don't exist in this world.
Neither does proper storytelling. And interstates apparently do exist in Japan as far as being called interstates.
And so they put the monster back on the trailer.
I mean, that's an interesting thing, but the story you just told had nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
So this is a one-off. This was a one-off story.
I'm sort of surprised about that.
Did they realize they were like coming to an end and are just deciding to be like, let's not even.
I don't know. I thought it was going to be a two-parter myself with the way it was looking.
Well, I mean, that's because that's how all these stories by and large have been for quite some time. But you want to go ahead and start off?
Like I said, it's just another boring episode with them just spending most of the time in this episode driving a truck with a paper mache monster on the back trailer, showcasing it to everybody, saying how proud that they're with this monster, and then people are like, what the fuck is that?
Literally. I heard a few in the crowd say that.
Yeah. But yeah, it's, again, with the writing, don't know what the hell is going on, especially with the vulture. We don't know what the heck happened there. It's like it infused with this dragon and you never see it again.
Yeah, what
no
happened?
Explanation whatsoever. Yeah, another boring episode, mediocre battle there. Yeah, I'm just gonna give this one an F.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's another boring episode where it started off strong, and all but the final few minutes of it is just them driving around, having to momentarily deal with Birdman, and even then, that does nothing. On top of that, like you said, Birdman, I guess, fuses with the dragon here. And from what I'm seeing on this upcoming episode that we're going to do, it's not a continuation. So, yeah, we have no idea what happened to this Birdman creature. And the whole fact, too, that their friend is inside this dragon the entire episode.
Did jack shit.
Who should have been dead like a third of the way into the episode, but wasn't. Like, it was funny at first. It's like, oh, okay, this is dumb. I'll go with it. And then after a while, it's like, okay, he should have been dead by now, and I'm going to hold this against you episode. Yeah. But more than anything else, I mean, that definitely, having that guy stay alive up until the very end of the episode dings this episode. But more than anything else, again, it's just another boring episode where hardly anything happens. And again, this is an F. It's borderline close to a D-, but it's an F. It's just,
I don't think there's no borderline on this one.
For me, just because of the whole guy being inside the monster's stomach is kind of stupidly hilarious. I give it like a modicum of a point for that, but it's not enough to cross it over into a D- territory. So, with that, we continue to another F episode, maybe. It's called The Iron Claws of Horror. And like I said, I know for a fact, according to the previews I'm seeing here on my DVD, not a continuation of the last episode. So, are we ready?
Yep.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. Put the screen back up. Yes, we get it. We know who you are.
I know, you don't need to yell. Spectreman!
It'd been funny if they did the intro kind of like the 1980s intros, like American TV shows, where they like have some kind of characters doing mischievous stuff, and then when they show their names and stuff, they're like, oh, they're laughing, having a good time, smiling.
Like classic sitcoms.
Yeah.
Either that, or I would like to see an opening where it's the band that sings a song, play it like on a 70s style stage you would see on like an Ed Sullivan show with all those funky 70s lights and what have you.
Maybe not just any kind of band, a heavy metal band.
Spectreman. Oh, the Spectreman, Dr. Gory. It'd be funny, that guy driving on the motorcycle on the highway there, like if someone accidentally ran into him and he fell off and like got into an accident, they're like, oh.
Or just runs right into the skywalk pillar or the highway pillar.
He had 3 more switches that didn't line up properly.
Yeah, what the hell? Oh no, my playset.
That house is shifting. It's not actually collapsing like it should.
That house was built on steel.
Isn't that what you always have? Because you guys never seem to know exactly what you're doing. Bunch of boobs.
Sucking mechanism. Sucks quite a bit.
So we saw them driving somewhere and they're still in the office here. Like, what is going on here?
I'm guessing it's sort of like something in the past where the driving part's in the present, which kind of is confusing. Like, yeah, they're talking right here with the chief discussing what's going on, and then you see a couple shots so far, and then now this shot. They're driving out.
You were going to say a couple shots and now this shit. I thought that's what you were going to say.
Oh boy, a tumbleweed. It's a tumbleweed. You nuts. I feel sorry for that gal still. Wearing that helmet with the police lights. He slides one door open and then closes with another. We've been expecting you.
What's going on here? What do you want?
Stick him up. This is a robbery.
I want this series to be over. That's what I want.
I can't hear myself.
These children have no God. That's why they make up these stories to fight us. Understand? Let me just have let's wake off it. I got his reason. Because that dog got his angry.
It must be all in your head. Come with us to the psychiatric ward.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
No, we're going to stay here.
Sounds like racism to me. You don't have a Nintendo Switch. Get out of our village. We don't like non-Nintenders.
Quit stealing our tendies.
Explain it again with those nuggies.
That's a boy's voice, but it's a girl.
Well, Jason, let me tell you something. Wait, he looked at her. Oh my gosh. It reminds me of that saying in that picture I showed you right before we came on today. Oh dear. This must be another bad episode because my knee is literally in pain. My knee can tell when there's a bad episode on.
I like all these mountains even though I'm legally blind.
Really?
That's what it looked like.
I was like, I don't remember them saying anything about them being blind.
Well, when that one boy there was getting thrown aside from a couple other guys, she went to go save him, but she was in a totally different area where that guy wasn't. So look, she looked pretty blind to me in this episode here. Just take off the tumbleweed.
What the hell? It's like Kamen Rider all of a sudden.
Kind of does, yeah.
No. Keep your voice down. I like those kids. Jeez.
Grass ninjas.
You can go ahead and say it, Jason. Marijuana ninjas.
Weed ninjas. Come and fight us, man.
Hi-ya.
Shooting them from his back. Doing backflips in the middle of nowhere. Even though you believed in monsters earlier, dude.
So this is supposed to be a show on Spectreman, and it's like each episode tells a different story about a different group of people being entangled with Gory's crap. Like,
well, and then saying, "Oh, there's monsters and earthquakes and all that," but then a few sequences later, "Oh, we don't believe you in these so-called things that you say that are monsters."
Like, what do you think's happened over the last 52 episodes? Like, all these creatures have shown up in and around Japan, and you're just like, nothing.
I don't believe you. Monsters don't exist.
Stab people in a children's show. They're always trying to strangle people. Like, they only have one move, more or less.
Gal, turn on your police lights on your helmet.
I still think they need to have her go around and just going wee you with her mouth and like, get out of my way, wee you. What the heck? What?
Just threw a log into a
I know.
bush.
They're afraid of wood.
It looks like it.
In the words of my daughter, ooh, what? Duh. And also in the words of my daughter, boring. I gotta bathe in this waterfall.
Don't go chasing waterfalls, you hear?
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that song. That song is like nearly 30 years old at this point.
I think it turned 30 last year. Or
I thought it came out in 94.
I think last year or this year or something.
Don't go chasing waterfalls.
And speaking of which, I remember that became pretty popular.
Yeah.
Especially when we went to the skate town at
Yeah.
many years ago, and it seemed like that was playing so many times.
Then I think
Look
like
what I got.
odd number of years later, one of the members of TLC died or something.
Yeah, I don't know, but I know Beyonce was part of that.
Oh, Beyonce was?
Yep, that's where she started out her career.
I thought she was a part of what was that group? Had Kelly Rowland in it. What was it called? Destiny's Child. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think you're right.
I was like, I thought it was
TLC. Never mind.
Yeah, because otherwise Beyonce would probably be like 50s or 60s by now.
Here, you know that this particular episode is bored because we're just talking about TLC and Destiny's Child.
That's actually more interesting to figure out where Beyonce's career started than what's going on here.
Yeah.
Although I will say this about this particular episode, it has been a little bit more entertaining than the last few.
Mm-hmm.
Just because there's been more action.
Yeah.
I see this and it reminds me of some of those Daimajin movies because of the villages and stuff that were always under oppression. I'm like, I miss those days when we watched those movies. Mm-hmm. Those are a lot more entertaining than what's going on here.
Yeah.
That'd be funny if George was like, boo fucking who? Like, you made this mess.
I'm not going to take care of any of your shit from here on out.
And then he just starts beating on the guy. Oh my gosh, can we stop at the monologues? So she is blind, you were right.
Yeah.
That'd be funny. She's the gal with the police light on her helmet. She's like, I got a police light, and she presses a button and an x-ray machine comes out of her helmet. Like, she has all these hidden gadgets inside that helmet of hers.
It's a female version of Inspector Gadget.
Yeah, there you go. Then she has to make like computer sounds every time she does something, like beep 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 boop beep boop boop. Like
bitty bitty bitty.
Bitty bitty bumba, bitty 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 bumba.
And here you are.
Imagine that. The monster came out of there, and then there's some bad dude. Oh, couple bad dudes.
All the weed ninjas.
I got an idea how to defeat these guys. We'll smoke them.
Smoke their ass.
Those look like dung balls.
Like hairy dung balls. Yeah, see, it looks like hairy dung balls.
Boy, they are just... Oh, crap. No. They're very adamant about turning into those tumbleweeds.
Now it looks like a bee's hive.
He looks like Mr. Oogie Boogie from Nightmare Before Christmas.
Or like one of those Ghostbuster ghosts.
Oh, yeah. Slimer.
sounds just like him.
I haven't seen those movies in a while, at least the old ones.
Or the cartoon.
Ghostbusters Afterlife is awful, though.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. It's boring, and they do something in there. I'm not going to spoil it, that I think is almost offensive to one of the older characters. It's bad. It just spontaneously combusts. This episode is full of crazy.
Like
You can see the zipper clear as day on this thing. It's like a poor man's version of Swamp Thing, almost.
It kind of does.
What?
Like he had to sit down just to unleash all the finger rope there, which is strange.
I think they're doing a bunch of one-off episodes now, it seems like.
I kind of hope. Well, they were sort of doing that once they got to the halfway point, but then just sort of went back to two-parters. And then here he combusts again after he farted. Like,
I expect this out of Toku stuff anymore, but it's still irritating when it happens, in that certain powers and abilities come out of nowhere for our heroes.
Yeah. I was like, I have an ability for everything.
Yeah, just like when he froze that dragon in the last episode.
And here we finally get that mechanic claw that we saw at the beginning of the episode.
I forgot about that, actually.
So did I. Like, I completely forgot there was a mechanic claw, and here I thought it was just the tumbleweed stuff.
You know, we were talking about Inspector Gadget earlier, and in Inspector Gadget there's a Dr. Claw. Oh, I wonder. Next time, Gadget. Next time.
Always tickles my throat every time I do that.
No shit, Sherlock. What do you mean it's sparkly light?
Well, looks like it's going to be a two-parter.
Damn it. Yeah, what about it? No. You can't cure blindness.
You may never know with this world, Kent. Anything is possible. Even they figure out physics.
Apparently. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
By the way, I forgot to mention the name of this episode is The Iron Claws of Horror. So, just to clear that up.
Yep.
So a little bit better than the last few we've had. A little bit more entertaining because, as Jason likes to call them, we had weed ninjas here.
Yep.
So you got a little bit more action. Otherwise, once again, it's still mildly dull.
Point to where that we were talking about TLC and Destiny.
Yeah.
There.
And the makeshift poor man's version of Swamp Thing was interesting, but not overly awesome. So with all that said, I'm gonna give this one a D-.
Yeah, the past few episodes, it's a lot better than just all the chase scenes via truck, vehicle, or by foot.
Anything involving travel's boring.
Yeah, but again, we get Spectreman coming in the last few minutes of the episode here, battling out the creature, which I thought it was the main creature, but we totally forgot that there was this mechanic claw in play for this episode, which they were discussing about in beginning of the episode and just hadn't said anything until it just magically appeared. There. So yeah, it's better than the last few so episodes that we've witnessed here, but yeah, again, it kind of felt a little bit boring here and there, but still a bit of action. So I would at least give this one a D for giving us a little bit more action this time around. So there you go.
Yeah. All right. So with that, the last episode we're covering for this, it's titled Pulverize the Computer Monster. So we're going to be getting ready here to hopefully end this particular tumbleweed storyline. So you ready?
Yep.
All right. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
And put up the screen one last time. Spectreman.
Flash like a plane past her. Spectreman.
Because we will never get around to his source.
Yeah, we never will, and they don't care. And quite frankly, at this point, neither do I.
They don't even know what the source is, so why even bother?
They don't know how to write a story.
That's for sure. Nor do they like physics. I've had enough of these two.
Shut up, old man.
I still don't believe them, even though we already saw them earlier.
I see things, yet I don't believe it.
You're just being a pig-headed bitch. From this point on. I don't know who I am. Dude, get up from your nap. Of course, the kid's name is Kenny. You know, what's with the 70s and naming kids Kenny?
Because it's lazy. It's like naming your
60s.
children like Matt, John.
Kent.
That's actually not that common, you idiot. Matt, John, Michael. What the heck?
So, what?
Ooh, what the?
I thought it was Dr. Gore and not some other person that was controlling these.
Doesn't it seem like Dr. Gory has his whole appearance in this series over the last, I don't know, number of episodes has decreased quite a bit?
Yeah.
It seems like we used to see him a fair amount all the time, and that doesn't seem to be the case anymore.
Maybe the guy who plays as Dr. Gore was probably doing something else during this time, because like I know he eventually plays as one of the alien guys in Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, but that isn't until like 3 to 2 years beforehand, or after. Yeah, that's 3 to 2 years before he does that. For some reason, it's like this whole battle sequence with the weed ninjas is kind of a bit boring.
This almost reminds me of Power Rangers episodes.
Well, and Kamen Rider too.
Those were more fun, though. At least with Power Rangers, every time they would use weapons and hit them, the sparks literally would fly.
Whereas this, they use bare bones visual effects.
And Kamen Rider had some stunt work, even though sometimes it was mediocre, but at least it had guys dressed up in Halloween costumes. This here, not so much.
It's just mainly like spandex and then little frilly things that look like weeds. Gotta make it dramatic.
That serves you right for not believing in me. That's probably what they need to do with Santa Claus in an episode. Like, make a killer Santa Claus like, ho, 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 for not believing in me. Here. Rah! Yeah, I'm sure he could have lifted him up. I hope these guys got paid. I hope these guys got paid well to wrestle with tumbleweeds and to make themselves look less competent.
Less like a jackass.
You don't look good doing this, but here, wrestle with this. He somehow lost him in the knee-high grass.
It's like it's pretty easy to distinguish them.
Why weren't they doing this a lot earlier?
You know, Kent. You should know.
What?
Yeah, like they're immune to fire. Come on.
And they're all coming from the exact same location. And I counted like 5 of them, and yet there's 4. Is that the gal hanging over? Wee you, men down, wee you.
What the fuck was that?
That was random. How'd that go again? Yes, that is her. Oh, here we go again. You know what? We need to make bets. We need to have a Vegas thing going on as far as what minute marker is George going to have his internal monologue moment.
Yeah, like
and place bets. I bet the 10-minute mark.
Have some kind of poll or sports book.
Yeah. FanDuel is now the Spectreman George's internal monologue timestamp bet. He's not even bothering to like help that person out.
Yeah, it's like did the girl actually die?
Oh.
No.
How can I forget a face like that?
I was going to shoot him right there. It's like, what? Surprised he didn't stop the kid from grabbing his gun there.
Where's Overlord when you need it? But then again, though, too, he's no better.
Yeah, he's pretty incompetent.
I'm a 28-year-old trapped in this 15-year-old boy's body. Why don't you try that gun on her eye, see if that helps.
Tumble down the hill.
It's been a number of years since I've dug a hole and shoveled a bunch of clay dirt. I'd rather be doing that right now.
Or play in the sandbox.
Oh man, are we doing this now too? Or these side characters have an internal monologue?
Yep.
This show should be called Internal Monologue.
Let go of the vine. Oh my god, he's whipping them.
Well, he's he's helping out your wish. You said let go, and so that guy's trying to help. Where's Gory in all this?
It's like he was there, I think, at the very beginning where they were talking about the claw, mechanic claw. But yeah, he's non-existent. And then we get this sort of villain. Well, here, speaking of Overlord, he decided to drop in on his own accord. And then now there's Dr. Gory.
I miss the days when Cars was jumping up people's heads and smashing them into their body.
So who's really in charge? And then she wakes up. Jeez. It's like, how long was she just resting there? Yay, a damn. Boy, this is a really long take on a dam.
Watch your mouth.
No, seriously, it's like they're showing this for literally 15 or 20 seconds and just zooming right in. Okay, now we see what's actually the reason, but that's just so strange. Can you just do more shots instead of just zooming right in at the same place for like the last 2 minutes? Okay, there we go.
All right, and back to Spectreman.
Boy, they're really whipping his face. And he's really getting his ass kicked. What the heck is going on? It's like the weed ninjas are just sort of standing around and then them just kind of hunching down and trying to get away.
Fuck this shit, man. Meh, meh, meh.
Meh. So that's how he gets his memory back. It's just them saying "mommy."
I'm sliding down in my chair and I about fell out.
Well, you can see me. I'm just kind of really low on my chair.
I mean, the show, again, is not the worst thing I've ever seen, but it's such an endurance test.
Yeah.
It would be one thing if we didn't have to watch this over every week, but if we watched the whole thing over a period of, let's say, 2 decades, like, it would be more tolerable.
Yeah, like 10 minutes an episode where we just discuss that 10 minutes per episode.
I kid you not. There are a couple of podcasts that are 80s action hero related, and what they do is they watch 1 minute of, let's say, Rocky 3, and then they devote a podcast episode discussing what happens in that 1 minute of Rocky 3.
Oh, man.
I kid you not. And it takes these people like a year and a half to 2 years to go through an entire movie, because they do this. I don't know who came up with it and what stupid idea came into their head for this, but it's just like they watch a minute of a movie and then have a podcast episode talking about what happens in that 1 minute. Looks like a pink grasshopper.
A pink transparent grasshopper.
Oh my gosh, just get over with already. Apparently this series knows nothing of mercy.
We're not even at the 20-minute mark here.
Are you kidding me? It feels like we should be right at the end.
Yeah. It's like we're about 19 minutes and there's 24 minutes total.
It feels like this thing has gone on and on
Yeah,
and on.
Yeah, it's felt like it's gone for 90 minutes.
Like this is one of those rare extended episodes or something.
Or like your body thinks it's been that long a time, but it isn't.
Yak, 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 yak. Just fight already.
Get it over with.
That's fine. Hey.
I don't believe you, my planet is destroyed.
Damn it. Just shut the fuck up already and fight.
They show the animation there with like the animated comment. Then when the planet exploded, it was still there. Oh man.
He's been talking so long, it's nighttime now.
Yeah. Like it literally changed from day to night just like that. Yeah, it's like there was any little battle except for the human side of it with the weed ninjas, and then most of it is just all dialogue.
I've begun to despise this series anymore.
And yeah, just since we're 9 episodes left, it just seems like they've literally ran out of ideas.
I think the writers were like, well, we're not coming back anyway. Let's just write something in and then call it a day. Like, as long as we have 9 episodes, who cares?
And not only that, let's just do more dialogue and less fighting.
The first half of this series definitely was knuck and futz and had issues, but it at least was madly entertaining.
Yeah.
Thank God I got my cat in here. He wants his belly rubbed, so I will rub it.
I bet.
It's more fun than this garbage.
And then the thing falls over and explodes without rarely any fighting. You're not going to get a response. For brotherhood. What is going on?
I accidentally stepped on my cord as I was getting up and my headset fell off.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. Just... Just... Oh, shit. This thing was dumb, F. I mean, that's about all I can say.
I mean, the previous episode was pretty good. Out of the 3 episodes today, episode 53 was probably the best one of these, and that ain't saying much. Whereas this one, it just very minimal battles, or hardly any at all, except for when they were facing the weed ninjas there, and then you have Joji finally getting his memory back, and he's talking to this pink, translucent, grasshopper-looking creature.
I find this funny because it shows you paid attention.
Yeah,
I like kind of checked out in and out over the course of this thing because this thing was so dull.
And the most of it is just all dialogue. When it came to this pink, translucent, grasshopper-looking creature, and it's just really boring. So, again, I'm gonna give this one an F.
Cindy Lou, I asked anxiously, "Where's the man who was just here? I heard voices." She shrugged. "Papa dead, you know. Can't hang around for long," she explained matter-of-factly that it was more upsetting than the voice itself. I shifted subjects, the last refuge of the nervous. "You've been crying," I noted. She noted seriously. "Papa want me to do a big un tonight. You been by the dam today?" From Jack L. Chalker's Dance Band on the Titanic, a collection of short stories. That was more entertaining than everything we saw today.
Yeah. Papa dead.
Hey, look. Oh, crap. I don't even remember what page I was on now. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. Hey, that worked out. That worked out perfectly. Let's see. Right here. For anyone who's got the video.
Yeah.
There. I read it word for word off a part of that page there. So yeah. So I think writers are phoning it in for this series. I might as well phone it in as well. We might as well just for what's the term, for the sake of just do these commentaries and brief discussions of Spectreman, but at the same time, let's just play some virtual checkers or something while it's on in the background. But yeah, I think they're phoning it in. I think this could be a painful ending to Spectreman. But then, hallelujah, it's gonna be done with soon enough. So...
Yeah. So pretty much we got 9 more episodes. Oh, and then what's your final score? I'm probably.
Oh, I said earlier I gave it an F. I just said this thing was dumb. It's an F. And by the way, just a reminder for everyone, we're not doing a podcast episode next Sunday, and we're going to be doing an episode almost every day next Monday through Friday except for Thursday.
Yep. Yeah, so with that, thanks for joining us. And also to make sure to subscribe to our video feeds, whether if you're watching us on YouTube or Rumble, wherever you're watching us, make sure to hit that subscribe button, as well as smash the like button. And if you have any comments regarding to today's episode, make sure to comment them down below the video. And you can find everything Daikaiju Network all in one place right there on your screen, /Daikaiju Network. And again, we're available on video platforms such as YouTube, Rumble, Twitch, Facebook, and X/Twitter. And we're available on audio platforms such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, as well as Podbean. And you can find both video and audio versions of our episodes right there at DaikaijuNetwork.com.
So with that, at least we were hopefully entertaining to you, and you got a few chuckles at our expense. Thank you so much for tuning in. And starting next Monday through Wednesday, we're going to be wrapping up Spectreman. Thursday, we have a day off, and Friday, we'll figure something else out. So with that, again, thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you in about 8 days.
All right. We'll see you guys next time.